Well, according to Donald Trump, Detroit is a living example of Hillary Clinton's economic plans. Ouch, that is a stinger. This story comes to us courtesy of Gabby Maraganello for the Washington Examiner, who reports that Donald Trump immediately went after his Democratic opponent on Monday during a speech in Detroit, telling Americans that they can expect to see more devastating economic effects on cities like Michigan's once bustling industrial metropolis if Hillary Clinton becomes president. Quote, "The city of Detroit is the living, breathing example of my opponent's failed economic agenda," Trump told a boisterous crowd at the Detroit Economic Club, where multiple protesters interrupt his remarks. He says here that, quote, "Detroit tops the list of most dangerous cities in terms of violent crime," he continued. "These are the silenced victims whose stories are never told by Hillary Clinton, but victims whose suffering is no less real or permanent." Quote, "The one common feature of every Hillary Clinton idea is that it punishes you for working and doing business in the United States. Every policy she has tilts the playing field towards other countries at our expense," Donald Trump stated. And you know what? He's speaking of the international trade deals that have been implemented by Bill Clinton and, of course, by the Bush family as well, followed up by Obama through all the different trade agreements that are destroying this nation, destroying all the jobs. Now, it's interesting because, you know, I've got a couple different Facebook pages, and I've got a personal one, I've got a private one, and I've been spending some time outside of the echo chamber of my public Facebook page, where I find a lot of people speaking and more or less agreeing with a lot of the same topics I discuss, because people like me on that page and we all share a common idea. But when I go into my personal Facebook page, which includes, you know, old high school friends and family, everybody's very diverse concepts and perspectives. Not everybody agrees. And I see a lot of Hillary Clinton posts. And it just really, it incenses me to see the level of brainwashing that the corporate media has been successful at, which then trickles down into the social media posts. And that, of course, is also through the Democratic National Committee and the talking points handed down by the Democrats. Now, I want to be very clear. You know, I consider myself a conservative. I supported the Republican Congressman Ron Paul. Most of my ideas revolve around conservative, libertarian, freedom ideas. So the fact that I support Donald Trump doesn't necessarily mean that I am a Republican, but it does mean that I support the concepts of free trade, but not in the globalist sense. Okay, I support the trade of destroying the trade agreements really that are killing this country. So let me get into this here. There was a comment that was made that states here, the State Department, I'll show you right here. It says here, the State Department declares FBI director was wrong about Clinton's emails. They were not marked. And you can see I comment back, technically they're correct because Hillary instructed her lackeys to strip classification. So I go on to state here, someone comes back and says, well, you know, case is closed. I hope everyone can get over this now. Meanwhile, Trump insults every single race on the planet. Now, that kicked off 25 comments back and forth. Now, I'm not going to go into all of them, but I believe I really made my point very clear when I explained to these individuals, okay? I said, look, I'll pull it up here. It says, I said, funny, Donald Trump uses words. This is what I said to them. I said, Donald Trump uses words, while Obama and Hillary use drones and bombs to insult Muslims in Iraq, insult and kill Muslims in Iraq, Syria, and Libya. Combined, they've killed thousands of innocent Muslim families and created more terrorists than Trump's stupid comments. And then someone comes back and says, look, there are decisions made by our government that I don't agree with, but take out the emotion and names of candidates and put their resumes against each other. It's not even debatable who's more qualified. And then someone else comes back and says, oh, Donald Trump for POTUS is a joke. So I said, look, I said, cool. You guys are happy with your decision to vote for the establishment who stands guilty of hundreds of thousands of dead soldiers and innocent civilians while exporting hundreds of thousands of jobs to Mexico and Asia to perpetuate the global mass destruction caused by the policies of the Clintons, the Bushes, and Obama, who only serve their corporate masters with weapons contracts and international trade deals that profit only the globally viable corporations. Your choice is cool with me. I'll take a few bankruptcies and lawsuits over that any day of the week. So needless to say, I won't be casting a vote to perpetuate the crimes against humanity nor America come November. So that kicked off a firestorm of debate. And of course, it goes in, the common bullet points come up, oh, he's a racist, and all these other things. And, you know, and I said, look, the media is manipulating these talking points, and they throw quotes out. It's just sad. It's really sad. People are willing to take a criminal politician over somebody who is a businessman, a successful businessman, who I think could actually make a difference in this country. So those are my thoughts. What are yours? Comment below. Subscribe for updates. If you like what we're doing, give us a thumbs up and share this report. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi.
Badass shirt now available. Link in the description.